Alright, we should be live. Welcome back, everybody. Let me just do my usual setup here. And we will get right on into it. There we go. Is my voice coming through? Alright, we should be live. Yep, and I see the picture and I hear the sound. That's good. Alright. Let's see. Just gotta do that. And pull chat. Okay, we should be good. As I immediately close chat because I'm an idiot. Alright. We are back in Boston. Looking around. I know we talked to our new friend there already. There's stuff to do down here, and I kind of want to come down and do that. And there is the Boston Brawlers as well that we could do. Which we may do instead of main story because I just can't help myself. I'm sorry, guys. And that'll inevitably lead us to doing other stuff too, so it's just one of those things. But, glad to be back. Glad to be playing more Assassin's Creed. You guys know I love this game, after all. I think anyone who watches my channel realizes I really like Assassin's Creed at this point. Look at this. It's actually really nice weather in the game right now. You can almost see kind of far. You almost never get to see those ships over there, so that's kind of cool. Alright. Get a chest over here, and then liberation missions, and I believe we're going to meet another recruit then. Which is always good. I want to get more recruits. You know, I do kind of like these buildings. They do grow on me after a bit. Alright, let's see. Let's just have our assassins come in and kill someone. Okay, I thought that would do more. I want my big ass axe. Come on. There we go. Nice. Ow, come on, really? Can't believe that failed. Get out of here. Stop attacking my boy. Alright, they came in pretty clutch here. Not half bad, not half bad. I cleared everybody out. Got some assassin XP. Does that do anything for us? Wait, what is this? Oh, I can send people on missions? I had no idea. I had zero ideas this was even in the game. I don't think I've ever messed with this. Oh. Startup in Quebec. Major Guy Carleton is set to relieve the siege of Fort St. Jean. Ride north and make sure you never have. I had no idea this was even a thing. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do it. Okay. I don't really want that body. Throw it. I had no idea that was even in this game. Whoa. I have never once messed with that. That's crazy. How do I even get into there? I mean, it like gave me a pop-up. I guess. That was weird. I had no idea.
Let's go now. Keep up. You can shove off.
Oh, come on. I wanted to assassinate. Fine. Waiting. Attack me. I know attacking you doesn't work. I'm smarter than that. Connor's not very good at offenses.
You are free of this.
Thanks, mister. You've a kind heart. I'm going home.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh yeah, let's actually go meet our contact. Let's grab this treasure on the way. That'll make it more interesting. I think we missed out on doing that last time. We kind of just did all of the liberation missions. This is a very poor decision on my part. So I'm gonna get into a way big fight. Oh my god. Why can't I block? Jesus Christ. Seriously. Fine. Try it. There we go. Not even close to getting my chest I want, but need to clear these guys anyways if we were gonna get there. This. We are very heavily wanted, so very soon we will have to get rid of that wanted bubble, but for a moment... I totally missed. Wow. Right. Oh, that's epic. Let's go. I wish I remembered what I need to press. I thought it was triangle, but that's shoot. Try it. Do it. Someone try it. Oh, it's X. Of course, that makes sense. Come on. Pretty cool. Okay, actually, this is pretty easy. Not gonna lie. Warning, restricted area. Who cares? I'm taking on the whole British Army. And winning. Alright, that's it. We are officially pretty badass now. Is it down here? I'm so confused. It must be. It's like inside the building. How do I get that? Don't try anything. Oh, it's down here. Duh. Duh. Maybe use the stairs. Are the bells going off because of me? Because they have not stopped. Alright, they'll detect me, but that's still better. How do I access that thing? Oh, up, right? No. How do I don't understand. I have no idea. It's gotta be under this, right? Maybe? Contracts. There we go. Cool. Battle of Quebec. Richard Montgomery is foolishly leading a colonial force on an assault of Quebec. He cannot be dissuaded. Divert his forces or stop the attack by whatever means necessary. Okay. He does not add a whole lot, Mr. Duncan Little there. Whatever. Got a good chance of that working. You know, don't spot me, actually. I was gonna just kill him, and then I saw the other guys. I'm like, you know, maybe not worth it. Definitely haven't walked down this way at all, considering the map is not open. There we go. Looks a little better. Go, go, run. You just pay to not be wanted. There, see? It's fine. I'm gonna fight everybody. Really doesn't cost a lot in this game. I feel like I don't need it that often, so it's worth doing. Even though we can't steal the money back. Oh yeah, I remember this guy.
Don't mean to bother you, but I couldn't help but notice what you've done. Real good of you.
What is happening here?
Regulars have taken to conscribing the young ones round here. It's not right. I was thinking that maybe we could do some good together, if you had the time.
What would you have me do?
More of the same, actually. I got a plan cooking, but the folks need to know they've got someone to turn to. Find me when you're done.
Alright. Good to meet you. Seems like a stand-up dude. Looking out for you youngins. I like how there's just turkey just hanging out there the whole time. It's kind of funny.
This is a
Can I pet the pig?
cold-blooded killer. Do not
Probably
attempt
just
to
feed it, right?
apprehend him yourselves,
Yeah.
but inform the local garrison
There you go.
immediately.
Alright. Let's get a move on. It's exactly what I meant to do there. Definitely. Definitely didn't mean to slide under. So why would I do such a thing?
Keep your
Why can't I kill? There we go. What? Hold on. That's the wrong button. Why did it say eliminate the prisoner's escort failed? Did the prisoner die? Won't lie, I'm a little confused. Unless it was a specific guy and he ran away. That's why. In which case, fair enough, I guess. Because I didn't pay enough attention. Just steal some money so we can go pay for it without wasting too much. The fees collected for all trans. I know he's gonna say Atlantic, but I was just gonna say for all trans. The fees. Alright. Well. That didn't work. We're gonna pay more attention this time. It's probably something really obvious and I'm just blind. Which wouldn't even surprise me. I'm not exactly the best at paying attention all the time. Yeah, it's a specific guy, I think.
Let's go now. Keep your distance.
See, I can't even, like, get a kill in before someone hits me. Like, even if I attack first, there is no point in attacking first in this game. Unless you assassinate, then, yeah, then it is, I guess. Come on.
You are free of this.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Just get a couple dollars from these guys. About our day. Yeah, that one reset. Let's go do that then. Hopefully this time we can actually accomplish it.
Shelton and Tweed Undertakers. Count on them.
Some of the views in this game are quite nice, I will say. Boston is quite pretty at this time, in a weird way. And it's sort of, still kind of rural, and, sort of, I don't know,
Let's go. Keep your distance.
old Americana way. See, yep, yeah, no, I'm not attacking first. It's not worth the effort. What? I was even attacking the guy who just attacked me, and then he just switched targets. Okay. Surprised I was allowed to kill that guy. The game probably was like, oh, we'll have fucking pity on you. Hit. Come on. I want to look at my assassin contract. Just want to kill that guy. Cool. They did that. Action at Troy Rivieres. Brigadier General William Thompson has set out to liberate Quebec from British rule. The territories have never asked to be freed and are not part of the colonies. Follow the campaign and guarantee the people of Troy Rivieres are heard. Okay. Be gone for 8 minutes for that one.
You are free of this.
We must free Quebec.
Thanks, mister.
These
You've a kind heart.
damn Templars.
I'm going home.
Condolences to.
I don't really feel like catching that guy. I don't care. But he's right there. Nah, I just let him run. That's fine. I don't feel like catching him. Sun's in a weird spot. The whole world is... Well, it's not a weird spot. It's just down. Now the whole world is like orange. Just looks a little funny sometimes. There's a fort that we have yet to take down, but I'm not worried about it. Not worried one bit. Oh. Come on. Come on. There we go. Gotta pass the gunpowder up here. See, I remember a little bit. I pay attention slightly. I know a thing or two, because I've seen a thing or two.
Somebody stop that man!
Leave me be! I never agreed to be a soldier.
There we go. I'm gonna loot this man.
They're off my back for now. I thank you for that.
You're welcome. Alright. This guy. We'll just make our way over to that one last. Over by where we had to take on the flying saucer. It is funny, like, we'll fight in wars, but we'll actively fight pretty much for either side to say, hey, these people don't have to be part of the war if they don't want it.
Stop!
It is
Stop!
interesting.
Leave me be! I never agreed to be a...
No, no, you're a dead body.
Good
You
of
can't
to
get
help,
back up.
but these recruiters are relentless.
Alright, we still haven't run across that thing there. Half tempted to. You know what? In fact, do that one last. Let's like clear out part of the map that we haven't gone to yet. I know it's basically nothing over there, but it's worth checking out just to see every part of the map, right? They made these maps to be explored, damn it. I mean to. Gosh, it's like slightly fogged right there. Not very much, just a little bit. But enough to bother me slightly. This is kind of getting close to that fort, so we'll just map a little bit here and then turn around. There we go. Some nice little pathways around by the waterfront. Can't really see much right now with the fucking thunderstorm going on, but hey, I never claimed to be the smartest. Think any of the assassins throughout history have gotten struck by lightning? I mean, I'm sure at least one has, right? It has to have happened to someone in the Brotherhood, right? This just appears to be the hill. Nothing too crazy. Nice waterfront jog. It's funny to, like, in a game, be in Boston when there's nothing over in this section of Boston. I'm sure every inch of Boston is, like, something. Even if just a public park in some parts. Oh, there's a guy we could have caught there. I didn't follow him. That's okay. We don't need to catch every dude carrying stuff. Not a big deal at all. A little bit of it. Get out that horse. Let me loot you. Oh, you wanted to recruit for the other side, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure up here was where we found the flying saucer, right? Well, the fake flying saucer, but still. Alright, is that everything for these missions? Yeah, it is. Alright, well, let's run over here. I guess we don't have to go do that other one. That's fine. We don't have to run along that thing. I was just going to do it if we happen to be in the area. Going in the right direction. Let's just make our way over here. Pass by the hay cart. It's a nice thing to have around the maps, you know, if you really need to sneak through an area that you could. Not that we really need that, but it's nice to have options, right? It's all good.
Are you in need of a first-rate rapier?
Go. Mission time. Recruit time. Yo, what's up? Martial law.
Welcome to the Regulars, the most feared, respected, and revered fighting force on God's green earth. Some of you are here by choice, others not. Regardless of the circumstances of your joining us, you are all brothers now. And the only way you have a chance of surviving is if you trust your brothers. One weak link can kill a whole squad on the field. I want you to think about that long and hard.
That's one of them that's responsible for this. Rounding up the young ones and shipping them off. We need to put an end to it.
What is your plan?
Kill him, then the rest, and set all them boys free?
It's a good plan, but it lacks detail. How is your aim with that rifle?
Can pop a muskrat's head from a quarter mile 9 times out of 10, and the 10's a misfire.
That should do. Cover me from up there.
He's kind of a sniper. Alright, so we're gonna want... our sniper, right? Oh, this is gonna work, yeah. Marksman ability. Why can't I select it?
A lot of you will
Give me
be
a...
getting on that ship and setting off for a different sort of training. Understand? You've been selected, not for your talents or fighting prowess, but because of the way you think. You will soon find out what all this means, but know it is a great honor. Some of you won't make it. Others will rise to new heights.
Oh, come on, really? Well, I had to get closer, I think. Jesus Christ. Well, I guess we just climb up here and stash them. I don't care. I actually tried to do it the way I wanted, but, didn't quite work.
We assassins strive for peace through freedom, and the Templars, they want only to control.
Well, I'm for freedom, I know that much. If your order needs a good rifle, sign me up.
Seems like a pretty useful guy if the game would let me do what I wanted to do. It only let me pick it when I was a little bit too far away. I feel like it's gonna let us read up on Clipper in a second here. It really wants me to look at that, and I don't want to open that right now. Fine, show me so I can close this. Alright. There's the assassin recruit. They got back. The Quebec Act. British Parliament has passed the Quebec Act, granting vast parts of the Ohio Territory to the newly formed province. People in the Ohio Territory are outraged. Do what you can to see that the people of Quebec are not hauled into a war they didn't ask for. Alright, get on it. Yeah, I had no idea that was a thing in this game. I can't believe I've never even noticed it, but I guess it's like in a menu that I barely ever open. It's interesting. Very interesting. Well, we'll mess around with it as much as we can, but I'm not gonna make the whole playthrough slow down for it. You know? Alright, where's Clipper? You can read up on him now, finally. He was born in 1756, I was going to say. He seems a bit young. Clipper Wilkinson is a hunter and surveyor from Virginia. Actually, surveying and hunting are the family business. His father and brother are surveyors and crack shots as well, making the market in his small hometown somewhat oversaturated. Hell, making the market in his house somewhat oversaturated. Wilkinson moved to New York looking for work. Unfortunately, arriving just in time for the opening events of the Revolution. He remained neutral for the first part of the war, but after seeing the cruelty of the Redcoats' actions in Boston, he started leaning toward the rebel side, putting himself at odds with the rest of his family, who are loyalists. It seems Connor has a talent for attracting friends with family troubles. And I also think we recruited him a little bit earlier than the game intended. Where is he at? Clipper? Oh, he's here. told me he was in here? Okay. Yeah, it's saying it on the map. Let's go back in just to see. If he's not in here, we're not going to talk to him. Yeah, he's not in here. Okay. We'll try again in another episode or something. I like to talk to our guys. I think it's fun. Anyways, I believe there's something in the frontier for us to check out, if memory serves, for the Boston Brawlers, then. I'll have to travel there to actually view the map, which is a bit of a shame, but that's okay. Let's see. Request. There it is. Boston Brawlers. Well, let's check this and maybe grab that chest. And maybe sync up here these two and then go there and then here or something. I don't know. I have a tendency to just want to go collect things. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't know if we can call a horse. I'm sure there was a horse right there and I'm just not turning around to check. Get the raccoon! Ah, I was not fast enough. The raccoon got away. Trash Panda got lucky this time. Stop spamming that, but I always do that so I can collect any furs that I happen to run into, you know? I like this windmill, it's nice. You can almost see kind of far, not very far though. Just make our way up here. Let's see. Forgot to check how long that other mission was going to be. I'm sure we don't have enough for this, but let's talk to this guy. Hey, 1,000. We had everything, it seems. That's pretty cool. Then it was worth it. Here and map out this little town. Really just a small community, not even a town really. Could be a township, not even. Barely. Farmstead, more like it, I don't even know. Oh, there's a church over there. They got a few things. Far from a big place though. Still, it's kind of cool. And the thing is, like a setting like this, you can actually have semi-realistically sized towns, because these little villages have, like, no buildings in them. I mean, the bigger towns doesn't make as much sense, don't get me wrong. I totally missed that. Thought it got stopped. Above us, maybe? Yeah. Looks like it. Must be in the tower up above. Okay. That's fine. Just do a little bit of climbing. Up, please. Thanks. Now we're getting some stuff. Let's run over here. Okay, the letter mission that we can get there too. Oh, it's a hare. Kill so many of those, I didn't need another one. That's okay though. That's okay. That is A-okay with me. Look at all these recipes. I feel like we've gotten the buttons recipe like 100 times. Black powder. Can't believe believe we didn't have that one already, to be honest. Golden rims. We make 5 of them. $750. That's pretty good. Again, I'm pretty sure it's not dollars, but you know. Now we're in Concord. Hair discovered in Lexington. So is the overall area Lexington, and this is Concord? I thought there were 2 towns, basically. I don't know. Let's sync up here. Oh, is there a pathway up? Yeah, there we go. This should do it. Very nice. Kind of see the whole place from here. Where's the other synchronized spot? It's a feather. So we're that way. Okay. The Wright Tavern. Do you think that has to do with the Wright brothers, or am I reading too much into that? Obviously, the Wright brothers are not born yet. Delivery? Frontier letters? You get those delivered. Not saying they'll all be delivered right this second, but they will be delivered. Oh, it's another one of these trees. Thought I was done with these. There we go. Come on. Get up the tree. Which way? This way? That way. That does make more sense. There we go. Can't see much while you're in the tree in the game. It's the leaves, but yeah. Again, how was I supposed to know that would kill me from jumping off? I jumped off in the direction it stopped me at. Whatever. Can't be mad at me. That's dumb. I don't count those as deaths. That is ridiculous. If anyone can manage to climb out of those trees without getting killed, I'm very impressed. Okay, where are our letters? There's one down here. You know what? Honestly, if we go up here... No. If we start with these 2, then we come down here and turn in that one. I'm going to leave this chest for a later date. I don't care. It's a little bit out of the way. Then go do that, and then we do this one. Let me get the letters all dealt with, at least. Or you know what? Yeah. Yeah, we can teleport down here, and then we can... Honestly, yeah, we'll just do that. Maybe then I just grab that chest anyways, 'cause I don't know. I can't resist grabbing them. What can I do? Let's figure out where this letter that was nearby is. Yeah, we're getting close. Somewhere over here. Dog's doing a little bit of fighting. Right over there. There we go. Got it. I don't like that they're all standing there.
Thank you.
Angry with me. I'm just delivering a letter, man. Not doing anything wrong. Get mad at me. Do not get mad at me. I'm just doing my job. Alright. Those are wolves, and I don't feel like fighting them. We have skinned enough wolves, I think. Ooh, feather. Oh, god damn it. No, don't pull a Hatham and jump out of the trees on me, please. There we go. Now jump out of the trees. With reckless abandon. Sorry, Beaver. You're just in the crossfire.
Yama.
Nothing I can do about it, other than kill you. Which is pretty rough, buddy. You didn't deserve it. Just happened to happen. I have a letter for you, sir.
Thank you.
Ooh, our assassins are done with the Quebec Act. We've been pretty lucky with these so far. French-Canadian ties, 12 minutes. The Templars have contacts in both Montreal and Quebec. Travel to our northern neighbors and investigate the scope of their power. Okay. It's getting easier, at least. That's good. Glad we're starting in Quebec. Alright. Now, I reckon we teleport down here. We start with that letter right there. Those contracts are really good for getting certain things. Go. Move! Oh my god. I didn't want... Fine, I'll kill them! Oh my goodness. I was trying to go away. But they have chosen death. No. Someone else attack me. Okay. You gonna try it? Whatever. Who cares, right? I don't fucking care. There we go, perfect. You two want to die now? Seeing as you pissed me off thoroughly. All I wanted to do was run away from you guys. Okay. Mark that right away. I had no business fighting those people. They chose death. There. Fine. I'll kill you too. I don't care. The raccoon run into the limits. Shut your mouth. You got me in trouble. I don't like killing dogs, but I'll do what I gotta do. That's not worth chasing that raccoon. Okay. Yeah, we'll grab that quick. Seeing as it's marked. If it wasn't marked, I wouldn't bother. Go before they get mad at me. Come on, horse. Horse stamina is annoying. It's so, like, short the time period it lasts for. Doesn't get you very far. Within 100 meters. Did the metric system exist all the way back at this time? I would assume it did, but I don't actually know. Right? Forgive me, I am a dumb American. I don't know these things about metric. Also, I am while I will continue to use the Imperial system because it's what I'm used to. Why did you all just suddenly appear? Look at that, a perfect attack. Sorry, as I was saying, I will continue to use the Imperial system because it's what I'm used to, but I am not above admitting that the metric system makes more sense. So, I don't know. I don't know when it was invented. That's all I know. Just wait for it. The next Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed metric system. It's all about the invention of it. It's the least good Assassin's Creed game. Actually, it might still be better than one of them, but that's neither here nor there. So. Hello, deer. Just wandering through. Sorry, that was an elk. My bad. The deer joke didn't work. We're in Troy's woods. Why are we in Troy's woods? Who's Troy and why are we in his woods? Get off the damn horse. Super? That man seems to have a gun. That's what I think about you taxing people. British. That and another chest. At least that's what's marked so far. Would go back for a horse, but I just don't care. I don't feel like fighting that elk right now. Might have to though. Is this in a tree? Feel like it's in a tree. Let's see if we can get up a tree without fighting an elk. There's a feather there. It's worth grabbing. I somehow doubt this is in a tree. Right? It's in a cave, clearly. By now, where we are. Makes sense. Could be one. Can I... There we go. Okay, the question is, where is this cave entrance? Imagine... somewhere along this cliff? I thought so. Pretty far down. We're gonna end up fighting one of these elk, and I don't really want to right now. Oh, I bet you it's down here. Oh, that's kind of a far run. Through the waterfall? Yeah. Wow, I can't see shit. The lighting changed real fast. And didn't help me see anything. This is dark as hell. Holy shit, this ain't gonna show up on the video probably. Wow. Can't see fucking anything. There we go, we had a very bright flash. Can't tell if that was for me picking up the peg leg trinket or... Well, I can barely see to get out of here. That doesn't fucking help us. I can make out just enough to get out. Oh my goodness, this is terrible. Wow. That was dark as hell. Is that because of the fucking lightning and the storm? Well, not the lightning, but the lightning would probably help us. From the, rain? I don't know. We're underground, it shouldn't affect that. I mean, I guess we're underground. We shouldn't be able to see it all, but... we could. I don't know. This was really dark in there for no reason. I could hunt these elk, but I just don't care right now. This chest and fight. We'll fight this wolf, I guess. So we have to fight 2 wolves now. Oh, is it gonna be 3? You gonna do it? Try it. Thanks for wasting my time, wolf. You have the annoying... I don't even know. Can you have the decency to attack me? That's all I ask. Oh, I don't want to look that. Hurry up. I don't wanna. I don't care. I don't care about the wolf. Oh, but I do, I guess. Care about these wolves. I have to put them down. Perfect.
Yama.
Okay. Let's move. Why couldn't I have double assassinated? Okay, I want a big ass axe. Seems to be really good for this. Fine. Fine. I don't care. I'm not quick enough to block. I wonder if we'll ever get a weapon that's capable of just making combat easy. Other than just waiting for them to attack and blocking. Then counterattacking, because that's kind of like the only way to win the combat. So it's not like you can actually assassinate all of those guys, right? But finding a lot of these around, that's good. Means we gotta track down less with the maps later. I don't care if that hurt, it's fine. Oh. A bit farther of a drop than I thought it was, but it was water, so it's fine. Alright. Onwards we go. I was gonna say, fucking jump on the bridge. Hey! Mission was successful. Let's do it the next one then. Templar Information Highway. Our investigations have shown that the port of Montreal has seized by Templar agents like the rest. Go to Montreal and bring down the designers of this ubiquitous game the Templars are playing. Okay. 97% success rate. We're getting pretty good at that. Getting pretty good. Assassin has got a new rank. Okay. Cool. Where's our brawler? There he is. Gotcha. Oh, turning around. Oops. Hey, you guys want to fight? Peter Bunyan.
Here for a scrap? Let's get on with it then. Come on! Swing at me some more.
Thought I had to defeat Peter Bunyan, not his goons.
Won't get far hitting me like that.
Okay, that's fine.
Won't get far hitting me like that.
You're going down, Peter. Break his fucking defense. Oh my god.
Won't get far hitting me like that.
You won't get far at all.
Come on! Swing at me some more.
Try it. One more try should do it.
Right on my arse!
There you go. Alright, the next guy we can't access yet, because he's in a city we haven't gone to. That's pretty good. Then, the only thing left to do is deliver that. Just teleport over here and deliver that. And then, we shall go on with our main mission, I do believe. I'm going to wait to do more of the naval missions until we can upgrade the ship some more. Seems like I found a new lucrative way to make some money, though. Sending our guys out on the assassin sort of missions. Should be pretty economical, I think. Oh, I missed. Suppose you can't jump on the running ones, right? Only the stationary or slow-moving ones. Come on.
Thank you.
That should do. We got some money for that. And let's travel back to Boston then. Carry on with the story. We do need to check out, I think, the underground I saw in the DNA tracker. I don't think I've ever done everything down there. I think. I don't know what's all down there, to be honest. I don't entirely know why you would go down there. Seems a little silly to me. Alright, let's see where we're at. Oh yeah, Paul Revere's house. Paul Revere lived in this house with his family from 1770 until about 1800, with some notable exceptions, such as when he had to lie low because he'd warned the countryside of the British march on Lexington and Concord. What with the shortage of firewood in 1776 and the Loyalist insistence on getting back at anyone who defied them in the past, you'd think this wooden house might have been torn down too, but it wasn't. This might be because Revere left his eldest son, also named Paul, in town to watch over the estate. In any event, the building is still around today. One of Revere's descendants bought it in 1905 and turned it into a museum. It's now the oldest building in Boston. In fact, it was already 90 years old when Revere bought it. Colonial architecture is apparently superior to that of your average McMansion. Which, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of, like, I'm half not surprised and half surprised that it lasted as long as it did. I mean, they made stuff to last back then, but also these probably weren't, you know, the most high-end buildings you'd see. It was kind of neat, though. Not as gaudy or beautiful as some of the Italian houses we saw in FCU's games.
Ah, Connor! What a relief! You came! Allow me to introduce you to William Dawes and Robert Newman.
Your letter said John Pitcairn was here.
Aye. He's readying an assault on Lexington, where Adams and Hancock have taken shelter. After that, he will march on Concord, hoping to destroy our weapons and supplies. You must help us.
Only tell me where to find him, and I will put a stop to this.
He has dozens, if not hundreds, of soldiers at his command. Cannot hope to match him by yourself.
I could.
But fear not, for you will not have to. We have an entire army of our own, merely awaiting the order to take up arms.
Then you must call upon them.
Indeed. You and I cross the Charles River and rouse the boys. William, I need you to take the overland route and do the same. Robert, I need you up in Christchurch. Light the signal. 2 lanterns, our enemy comes by sea. No time for dawdling, my friend. We have lives to save. Come on.
They take such a comedic approach with them. And I can't help but think it's kind of really great. But it is also dumb as well. Like, he really needs to lay off with the touching of Connor. Oh, man. April 18th, 1775.
They've only left a single horse. We'll have to ride together.
Yeah.
You take the reins, I'll navigate. Quickly, Connor, get on the horse.
Seems pretty fitting that we're doing this almost 250 years.
I'll
after the
guide you
forming
towards
of
those we need to alert. Follow my directions,
Army.
and we'll be done in no time.
Alright, let's read up on our characters that we met here quick, and then we'll do this. Alright, so we've got Paul Revere's Ride, of course. That's not really a character. But it lasted from April 18th to 19th, 1775. On the night before the battles of Lexington and Concord, Paul Revere and William Dawes left Boston to warn the countryside that the British regulars were on the march. In particular, they wanted to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams that the regulars intended to arrest them. Revere left Boston by boat across the Charles River, taking the road across the Charlestown Peninsula. Dawes took the longer land route across Boston Neck. Revere arrived in Lexington first, but Dawes wasn't far behind. Once they had delivered their warning to Hancock and Adams in Lexington, Dawes and Revere decided to continue to Concord to warn people there of the coming raid. They joined up with Samuel Prescott, who was visiting his fiancée in Lexington. Prescott lived in Concord, and so knew the area well. Road trip. The 3 men were halfway to Concord when they were stopped by a British patrol. Revere was captured, but Dawes and Prescott broke away. Dawes lost his horse and hid in a barn for several hours before sneaking back to Lexington. But Prescott reached Concord to sound the alarm. Good thing they had him tag along. Years later, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow would write a poem about the event, which rolled all of the writers into one, Paul Revere, which is why everyone knows his name and why Revere is so revered. I see what you did there, Sean. I see what you did. Well, we also met Robert Newman, born in 1752, Robert Newman was the sexton of Christ Church, known today as the Old North Church, and a personal friend of Paul Revere's. It was Newman who hung the lanterns from church steeple to warn riders in Charlestown that the British were marching on Lexington and Concord. 2 lanterns indicating that the British were traveling by sea. And because it's a pet peeve of mine, you may have heard that Newman put up the lanterns to warn Revere about the British approach. It's one of those historical details everyone seems to get wrong. Revere already knew about the raid, and in fact had been the one to pass the knowledge on to Newman. The lanterns were meant as a warning to lookouts in Charlestown, a backup in case Revere was caught before he managed to leave town. Please learn this so you can impress girls on first dates, as I do, though they often seem so overwhelmed by it they rarely call again. That's the power of knowledge, and it's dangerous. Sure, Sean, sure. Newman had some difficulty with his clandestine plan, though. His family home was serving as a boarding house, and several British officers were staying there. Newman managed to elude them by saying he was tired, going to bed, and escaping out a side window, like something out of a cartoon. His friend, John Pulling, helped him get the lanterns to the top of the tower while a third man guarded the church door. Newman was later questioned about his actions that night, possibly because a 20-something announcing he's going to bed early is inherently suspicious, but he talked his way out of arrest and fled Boston. When Newman returned to the city, he went back to his old job as church sexton. There's evidence he took money to show tourists around the church crypt, including displaying the body of John Pitcairn, which might have something to do with Newman being replaced by a new sexton in 1788. It is kind of funny. It's kind of fucked up, but a little funny. William Dawes Jr. We also met him. William Dawes Jr. was a Boston revolutionary and one of the riders sent out to warn Lexington and Concord that the British regulars were on their way the night of April 18th, 1775. The other rider was, of course, Paul Revere. While Revere took the route across the water to Charlestown, Dawes took the longer road across Boston Neck. He arrived in Lexington shortly after Revere did. Dawes was a tanner by trade. These days, he would make a fortune in New Jersey, the amount of tanning that goes on there. I don't think it's that kind of tanning. And while he wasn't as politically active as Revere, he did wear a homespun suit to his wedding. Now, I know that doesn't sound intensely radical, but at the time it was quite a statement. At the time, the rebels were trying to enforce boycotts on British products, like cloth, and encouraging people to buy American. By advertising his suit was locally made, Dawes was putting himself firmly on the Patriot side of the equation. He might as well have worn a bowler hat and a mask with the king's face on it, though that would have been weird at a wedding. Alright, Paul, let's do this.
To the left, Connor!
Working on it.
Keep going! Yes! This is it! This is the way!
Whoa, hey.
This way, Connor! Keep going!
Just keep asking him which way.
Yes! This is it! This is the way!
Alright.
Excellent! We are almost there!
They must
Yes!
be scouts.
This is it! This is the way! Be careful, Connor. We mustn't let them warn the others. Yes, this is exactly where we need to be.
Feather. We'll have to come back for that, that's fine.
Go right, Connor! This way, Connor!
Okay, we're going the right way, that's good.
I believe we are on course. To the right, Connor! To the right! Might be safer if we approach the houses on foot.
Nope. Don't see me. What do you mean, open cover? Come on. Alright, whatever. It's fine. I don't care. Besides, it's probably more entertaining. Oh my god! Just block the fucking attacks! Oh. Fine, block! Jesus Christ! No, you're dead. You're getting shot by your own guy. You're getting taken down, bud. You pissed me off. Biggest mistake in a while.
This is it! You have got the right place.
Alright, thanks for letting me know. I love the idea that they just
Let
don't write
everyone
down.
know that the regulars march for Lexington and Concord.
The British are coming!
Back in the saddle, my friend. We have more people to warn.
I like the idea that Connor did all this, but they just never mentioned it in the history books. It's kind of ridiculous, actually.
Yes, this is exactly where we need to be. Yes, this is exactly where we need to be.
Okay, thanks.
I believe we are on course. Yes, this is exactly where we need to be.
Okay.
Yes, this is exactly
Yeah,
where we need to
You
be.
could vary it up a little bit. Oh no.
Turn right.
Through the field? Okay.
To the left, Connor. Yes, this is it. This is the way.
Okay. Cool.
Wouldn't surprise me if we ran into more trouble. Stay alert. Go left. Excellent. We are right on course.
Cool.
To the left, Connor.
It's a lake. A river or something.
Go left up here. To the left, Connor.
Well, if you insist.
I believe we are on course.
Come on. No, we are on horse, not on course.
Yes, this is it. This is the way.
Well, hold on. Where did you want me to cross the river? The horse won't go. I can walk through this part. Oh, yeah, I probably can. That makes sense.
Careful, Connor. There might be other scouts around. Go left.
Okay.
Left! Might be safer if we approach the houses on foot.
Hey, do I have your stuff?
Thank you.
Cool. It's 1,000. Not that bad. No, not there. Probably over this way then. There's other houses in this area, so. Maybe up here? No.
Careful, Connor. There might be other scouts around.
Well, which house do I need to go to? Would you like to tell me?
This is it. You
Oh,
have
here we
got
go.
the right place. Spread the word. The regulars are coming out.
At once!
Okay.
This way, Connor.
On it.
Yes, this is it. This is the way. Yes, this is it. This is the way.
Okay. We stand this
Go
way?
right, Connor.
Go right? Well, let's cross the bridge. No, yeah, we can't cross there. Let's cross the bridge. Oh, there's people. Can I cross here? I highly doubt it. Yeah. Well, how did you want me to go
Turn back,
right?
Connor. You're going the wrong way.
Well, there's a bunch of guys on the bridge. We're gonna have to wait. Stealth. Horseback riding. Okay.
Yes, this is it. This is the way.
Cool.
Here
Excellent.
we are. Best to continue on foot.
This the place?
This is it. You have got the right place.
Open the door.
The regulars are coming.
Here! We're here! Get them!
That's unfortunate.
We've got to shake those redcoats.
Well, maybe if we could get a fucking move on.
Faster! We need to get
Well,
away from
what
them.
do you want me to do?
If you
Fine.
insist on fighting them, Connor, ensure you win.
I don't want to. I want to leave. Why did the horse fucking... Fine, just kill them, Jesus Christ. Holy fucking shit, I've never had that happen. I've always gotten away. Never had that fucking shit. Can you fucking eat a dick, you fucking asshole? How do I fucking win? That guy doesn't fucking take any damage, ever! Load the gun! Load the... Fucking Christ. Jesus. I don't even want to. Just fucking kill me. I don't care. This is stupid. I don't want to. Load the gun. Just shoot these fuckers that are fucking me up. Otherwise, there's no chance of winning. I didn't even get the one I wanted, but okay, whatever. Shit, I don't care. Fuck you. Why did we get off the horse? Why? I didn't want to fight them. I couldn't get back on the horse, and I couldn't run away.
To lose
Jesus Christ. Can I get a fucking move on? Sorry, I'm getting a little fucking heated at this.
Faster!
Yeah,
We
I'm
need to get away
trying.
from
The
them.
fucking horse won't go any faster. It's a slow-ass horse. Jesus Christ.
That was much too close for comfort. Let us take care to avoid any further surprises. Find a way to get rid of them, Connor.
Who's on our fucking ass right now? Not having a good time. Move, just fucking go.
That was much too close for comfort.
Jesus
Let us take care to
Christ.
avoid any further surprises.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares? I don't fucking even... This mission sucks, actually. Unironically.
Keep going! Left!
Working on it. Can't turn left because there's a rock. Well, now the game's telling me to go right.
Excellent! We are right on course!
Yes, yes. Through the woods.
Yes! This is it! This is the way!
Is it this building up here?
Keep going!
Let me
Here we
s-
are. Best to continue on foot.
Get off the horse, then. This is the house.
This is it! You have got the right place.
Okay. No more need to be heated.
Where the devil is he?
Are you sure we are in the right place?
Oh, sure, I'm sure. Prescott?
Evening, gents.
Listen, the regulars are out. You need to rally your men. And, put on some trousers.
At once.
Well, we definitely needed to find this guy. Alright, let's see what he's all about. He was born in 1751. When Paul Revere and William Dawes left Lexington on their way to Concord, they were joined by Samuel Prescott, a young doctor from Concord. Prescott was a member of the Sons of Liberty, a natural choice for an anti-British nighttime ride. Prescott was in Lexington that night to visit his fiancée. I assume that's who he saw run off. He was intending to return home late, a happy coincidence for Revere and Dawes. Prescott knew the area well, so when the three men were stopped by British troops, it was Prescott who managed to elude his pursuers and reach Concord to sound the alarm. Here's the strange thing. After that night, well, Prescott sort of disappears. I have a record that he may have died as a British prisoner in Halifax in 1777, but it's far from clear-cut. I suppose he could have left Boston with the British on evacuation day, but how he was captured and when, I have no idea. And those are four words I never thought I'd say. Yeah, that is kind of interesting. He accidentally plays a very pivotal role and then sort of disappears. gotta meet Hancock over here. And probably Sam Adams, I believe, is who it also said was there.
Welcome to Lexington, Connor. Now let's find Hancock and Adams. No sign of Dawes. I hope he's all right.
Hey, looks like our mission got done. Look at that, there we go. Quebec is liberated, it looks like. Let's see. Looks like Georgia and South Carolina are easy. What else is there? Rhode Island is easy as well. New Hampshire. Let's take on New Hampshire next. Powder raids. Similar to what's happening in Massachusetts, the locals have been raiding and stockpiling munitions. Make the rounds and ensure the weapons are safe. I don't need to send everyone. If it's 100% from just that. Can I go down? I can only do... Oh, yeah, I can't send someone else. Okay. You can send our other guy to Rhode Island for this. A new regiment. James Mitchell of Varnum is trying to form a regiment of Rhode Island rebels. Give him the knowledge and training he needs to gather and lead men into battle, and he might prove a valuable asset. Sure, it's 80%. Let's see what we can do with just one guy. Here we are.
Paul, Connor. Good to see you.
You need to leave. The Redcoats are coming.
Aye, so Williams told us. Let them conduct their little search. They'll find nothing.
You don't understand. Pitcairn intends to kill you.
I'm afraid it's true.
I suppose we have no choice then but to go. What of you three?
Dawes and I will continue on to Concord. Connor, it's best you stay here and help our man John Parker hold the town. It'll give us time to spread the word.
Very well. I just want to see what it's going to do. We actually got, yeah, we got a new thing in here. So we got an article for John Hancock here, born in 1737. John Hancock was a Whig leader in Boston prior to the Revolutionary War and went on to be the president of the Second Continental Congress, which was responsible for creating the Declaration of Independence. All very impressive, but most impressive of all was that his name would live on to be slang for his signature. Now that's a legacy. One day I imagine Sean will be used by children to describe a world's-weary sneer. I can but dream. Hancock was born in Massachusetts, the son of a reverend, but his father died when he was young, and John was sent to live with his uncle in Beacon Hill. Thomas Hancock ran a prosperous shipping business, which John inherited when his uncle died in 1764. Hancock was a noted businessman and probably made at least some of his money smuggling, which he was tried for in 1768, though he was never convicted. He joined the Patriot cause after the Stamp Acts were imposed in 1764. He went on to be one of the instigators of the Tea Party. In fact, after the revolution began, he was such a well-known rebel that when the Boston governor offered clemency to anyone who would lay down their arms, Hancock was specifically left out of the deal. Hancock's probably best known for signing the Declaration of Independence. His signature was the first on the document, possibly because of that, and possibly because Hancock was known for being extravagant. His name is signed with a flourish, written larger than any of the others. So now in America, your signature is sometimes referred to as your John Hancock. I needn't explain why to some people. That sounds a little bit dirty. But I will. It sounds like a penis reference. Very nice, Sean. Very nice. And of course, we got an actual article about Paul Revere's right here. The raising of the militia. The recent events, as tumultuous and striking as they are, cannot have earned victorious wreaths had it not been for the efforts of some few riders that gave warning to the towns and raised the Minutemen to their duty. These riders, chief among them Mr. Paul Revere and Mr. William Dawes, were sent out by Dr. Joseph Warren, who had come into the knowledge of, by sources undisclosed, that a regiment of soldiers was to march that night to Lexington, there to arrest the leaders of the Sons of Liberty, who were there spending the night. The regulars were then to continue to Concord, to secure various arms there hidden about, including at Barrett's farm. Dr. Warren could not risk that his message would fail to be delivered among the townships. He cleverly made fast certain of his aim, sending his message by diverse routes at once. To begin, Mr. Dawes left Boston by way of Boston Neck, using guile to pass the roadblock and continue through Roxbury in a circuitous route. Soon after, Mr. Revere entreated Captain Pulling to light lamps in the Tower of Old North, this being the signal to Charlestown that the regulars were on the march. Revere himself took the chance of a life to row beneath the prow of HMS Somerset to arrive at Charlestown himself and make the ride to Lexington directly. Revere altered his route to evade the night patrols along the way. In the event, both riders happily arrived at Lexington to warn Samuel Adams and John Hancock of the approaching regulars. Joined by Samuel Prescott, Revere and Dawes rode on to Concord, but were confronted by soldiers on that road. Dawes lost his horse and made his way back to Lexington on foot. Prescott led his horse to a daring leap of a wall and continued on to Concord to raise the Minutemen. Revere was captured by the patrol and threatened with his life. He only secured his freedom when the soldiers heard fire from the hills of Concord and ran to join battle. But Mr. Revere's adventure was not yet complete. Upon return to Lexington, he was astonished to find John Hancock at the place, preparing to fight the oncoming soldiers as an officer. It fell to Revere to persuade Mr. Hancock that his place was not in the field. Mr. Hancock and Mr. Adams were then removed themselves to a safer place, but failed to bring along a chest full of congressional papers, of which the discovery by the soldiers would cause difficulties. Mr. Revere returned to take possession of these papers before the soldiers arrived at Lexington Green. Right. It is one of those things, like, obviously this is a thing that happened in history. But sometimes, like, stuff like that is... It just feels, like, so crazy to think about. I don't know. I'd love for something in my life to be that level of exciting. I don't know. If that makes any sense. To, like, go out and have to sneak around to deliver an important message. I don't know if that makes any sense. Hello, good sir. This is John Parker. Born 1729. John Parker was the captain of the Lexington militia, and therefore the man in charge on the day of the battles of Lexington and Concord. Parker was a farmer by trade, but since he'd been a soldier in the French and Indian War, he was placed in command despite the fact that he was quite ill, tuberculosis at the time. Parker went on to join the Continental Army in the siege of Boston, but was too ill to be involved in the Battle of Bunker Hill. Parker died in September of 1775. The statue of the Minuteman on Lexington Green is said to be a representation of him, though since there are no known pictures of Parker, the resemblance is sketchy at best. It's the thought that counts. Yeah, so he didn't quite make it that long, but pretty cool that he's here.
Stand your ground, men! Don't fire! Unless fired upon! But if they mean to have a war, let it begin here!
Pitcairn.
Disperse, you damn rebels! Lay down your arms and disperse!
What the deuce are you doing? Hold your positions! Cravens! Traitors!
They are not coming back. You will have to make do with those who remain.
Don't you lecture me or now. Return fire! Return fire! You need to get to Concord and warn the others. Show this to whoever leads there. Should be a man by the name of James Barrett.
Okay.
Go on now!
He doesn't sound so good.
Come on, we'll meet up with the others in Concord.
Let's do it. Save anyone we can on the way. It looks like we're gonna have to run pretty far though. Ooh. Get another done. Yeah. Okay. Back down to New Hampshire. Got independent government. New Hampshire is moving to establish an independent government for the duration of the war to better expedite political proceedings in these troubled times. It is wise, but where power is being distributed, the Templar brokers are never far behind. Attend the elections and be vigilant. Cool, we only need to send him. Rhode Island, we got... War has come to Rhode Island. The revolution will touch Rhode Island's territory as well. The War Council has, however, left the colony to its own defenses, leaving the 1st Rhode Island Regiment to protect the city of Newport and Aquidneck Island. Give them your support. I'll send both of them on that. Why not? Just to guarantee it. Let's go. I believe there will be some people to save along the way. Figure it out. Well, updated John Pitcairn. Let's read up. Alright. When Thomas Gage sent British troops to Lexington and Concord, he picked Pitcairn for the job, figuring the rebels would listen to him when it came to time to talk. Instead, Pitcairn was man in charge when his Marines killed 8 militiamen at the Battle of Lexington, starting the Revolutionary War, severely damaging his reputation as a peacemaker. Multiple deaths can do that. Pitcairn's report on the battles said he had ordered his men not to fire unless the rebels fired first, but that didn't stop the rumors that he'd commanded the attack. History's taken a kinder view. Pitcairn's now considered as one patriot described him, a good man in a bad cause. I mean, in reality, that's probably not wrong. But in Assassin's Creed, yeah, he's a bad guy. We got Lexington. Lexington is a small farming community, and the site of the first battle of the American Revolution started... No, I'm not being overly dramatic. The first battle took place on Lexington Green. On the morning of April 19th, 1775, British regulars passed through Lexington on their way to Concord, looking for hidden rebel weapon caches. The Lexington militia, led by John Barker, formed up on the village green, probably more in a show of resistance than because they were expecting a real battle. The militia was badly outnumbered, about 70 of them to 700 British soldiers. John Pitcairn ordered the rebels to disperse, and they might have done so, except somebody fired a shot. Then everyone started firing. Those that weren't running, that is. Several militia members were killed, the rest retreated. The British moved on toward Concord, though they would be harassed by the Lexington militia again on their return trip toward Boston. Lexington's town motto is, "What a glorious morning for America," though it's possible it didn't seem like one at the time. Firing guns and then running away since 1775 might have been a nice alternative. Every town needs a bumper sticker. Then we got Battles of Lexington and Concord. Date April 19th, 1775. On the night of April 18th, 1775, British regulars left Boston on their way to Concord to raid rebel weapons stores. The intent was to make a quick raid, defuse rebel plans to attack the British, and capture instigators John Hancock and Samuel Adams. Unfortunately for the British, the result was the beginning of the American Revolution. In other words, this battle was a complete disaster for the British, and that's not a sentence with which I'm 100% comfortable. Well, too bad, Sean. It happened. The rebels had been tipped off about raids weeks before. They had already moved most of the weapons that the British were looking for. The night before the battle, Paul Revere and William Dawes brought word that the British were on their way. So by the time the regulars marched into Lexington near dawn, the local militia was waiting for them. Nobody knows who fired the first shot. The British blamed the rebels and vice versa, but in the end, the Lexington militia was badly outnumbered and retreated, and the British moved on to Concord. By most reports, the British were polite in Concord, which I'm sure their mothers would have been delighted to hear about. All apart from one moment, of course, when John Pitcairn threatened a local tavern owner at gunpoint. But to be fair, the tavern owner did know where the weapon caches were. Overall, things didn't really go awry until nearby militia saw some smoke rising above the town. They thought it was on fire and marched in, causing a skirmish at the North Bridge. By the time the British left Concord, more militia had arrived, outnumbering the regulars and raising tensions further. The new troops followed the British along the road, bravely firing at them from behind walls and the cover of trees. There was little the British could do to fight back, and they were tired and mostly out of ammunition. Some of the regulars even broke ranks and fled. For the rest, it was a long walk to Boston. Rather than dispersing after the battle, the militia gathered outside of Boston Neck, starting the siege of Boston and the beginnings of the Continental Army. They do, obviously, make the events in the game quite a bit, crazier than they were in some ways. I think we should stop and help people for something, but I don't really feel like it. Pretty sure we're supposed to save some people.
Stick together, boys, and keep the pace.
100% sync though. Yeah, I'm fairly confident more people die in this game than
Help! What's happening?
the first several battles of the American Revolution. Like in this battle alone, probably. So it says only 8 militiamen died in that one thing. And I'm assuming some more militiamen and
Everyone run!
redcoats died later. But it's hard to say.
They're taking prisoners! Run!
They've taken my brother and poor old Robert! We need to do something! We have to help! They're over that way!
I'm not waiting around to see what happens!
Try it. There. Now we're back on the move. Don't have a lot of time, so let's get going. Kinda wish I had a horse.
No! Head for the hills!
Tammy! Let's get out of here!
Come on, we can make that. We're fast. Just need to not get stuck on trees or something. Crossing on that tree might have been better, but that's okay. I think we've made it. Just need to not slow down. There we go. We got it.
Blood's been spilled in Lexington, and there's more to come. The regulars are on the march.
You don't say. And why do you think I'm men up here? Go home, or you get yourself killed. Enough to worry about without some green boy looking to play it hero.
I can vouch for him.
John Parker as well. Where's Revere?
Captured?
What?
Fear not. That man's no stranger to sticky situations. He'll be fine. I'm sure of it.
You ladies finished gossiping? Parker seems to believe you're not completely useless, so I suppose there's a thing or two you might be able to help with. When the fighting starts, we'll need to hold those positions there. They're critical to the defense of Concord. Good boys. Not used to soldiering, they need some with the experience to direct them. That's something you can do. You'd best be telling the truth.
You have my word.
Then I suppose all that's left to do is wait.
He has a very different sounding voice. I don't know how to put it.
Sir! Man the barricades!
No! Ensure my men hold those positions. If the Red Devils break through, we're finished.
What would you have me do?
Listen carefully. The Redcoats will form firing lines. Order the men to shoot just before the line is ready. Too soon and they'll miss their targets. Too late, and the enemy will open fire first.
Understood.
And if any of those bastards make it through, engage them. You must keep my men alive.
Will do. Alright. Now we can read up on James Barrett here. He was born in 1710. James Barrett was a colonel in the rebel militia for Concord, and the town's representative in the Boston legislature in the years leading up to the Revolution. Barrett didn't exactly want the position at the head of the militia. He was 65 when the war started. He had his pipe and slippers ready and probably just wanted to watch game shows. Unfortunately for him, experienced commanders were in short supply, and Barrett had fought in the French and Indian War, so colonel was. And probably because he couldn't actually watch game shows at this time in history. When the British came to Lexington and Concord looking for rebel weapons caches, troops headed straight to Barrett's farm, where they were told they'd find the majority of the supplies. Of course, by the time they'd arrived, most of the weapons had been removed and hidden elsewhere. Barrett wasn't there either. He was some distance away, organizing the militia march on the North Bridge and overseeing the eventual victory at Concord. Which is pretty good on him. Okay.
Prepare yourselves.
I have to wait until the right moment and then fire.
Go!
There we go. Not bad. Over here.
Hold fire!
Oh, I think our mission got done. Or one of them did, yeah. Is this one still going? Patriot escape. Woodbury Langdon is a New Hampshire statesman being held against his will in New York by General Howe. Go to New York and help Woodbury escape back to Portsmouth. Back to Rhode Island. Dangerous letters. After difficulties with the French fleet during the Battle of Rhode Island, General Sullivan has sent a scathing letter to Boston reporting on the French involvement, or lack thereof. Catch up with Admiral Charles Hector, Comte d'Estaing. Oh man, I'm going to fuck up that name. I'm so sorry. And convince him to be the bigger man. The Patriots can't afford to lose the support of France. There we go.
Go!
Perfect.
Make ready!
These guys are going to be next.
Prepare yourselves. Fire now! Make ready!
Alright, we need to get rid of the one over there. They're already in position, it looks like.
Wait for the signal. Shoot! Wait for the signal. Fire! Hold fire! Open fire.
Dash 2. Now I just gotta play
Wait for
one
my
back and
signal.
forth and fire.
Hold fire! Fire! Hold fire!
The question is who's gonna be here first, them or them? Probably them. Gotta get back in
Hold
position.
fire! Shoot! Wait for the signal. Fire! Wait for the signal. Open fire. Wait for the signal. Shoot!
Fire.
Wait for the signal. Fire now! Make ready!
We almost defeated enough regulars.
Hold fire! Fire! Wait for my signal. Make ready! Fire now!
Wish we could get back in between them
Hold
faster.
fire! Hold fire! Fire now! Wait for my signal. Hold fire! Fire now!
There we go, that's probably enough.
Prepare yourselves. Fire!
We got it.
Fall back! Fall back!
Again, more British probably died in the game here than in both of
We
these
did
battles
it!
in real life.
They're turning tail!
Seems a little silly. We did it, though. Let's go talk to Mr. Barrett. How are we not right up on the North Bridge here yet? This was the site of one of the first skirmishes in the Revolutionary War. During the Battle of Concord, about 90 British soldiers held this bridge, while several hundred rebel militiamen gathered on the hill nearby. The British were expecting resistance from disorganized farmers, so when the rebels advanced in a very military manner, the British panicked. Angry farmers are terrifying at the best of times. Officers gave conflicting orders, and the British formations broke and the soldiers ran away. And yeah, honestly, that's kind of a story as old as time. Farmers rising up and fighting someone. It's happened a lot. The original bridge was torn down in 1788, and a new bridge was built nearby. Of course, it's been rebuilt several times. The image of the British turning tail is exciting fodder for historical reenactments, which Americans enjoy reenacting, but which never seem to be reenacted on our side of the Atlantic. Strange that. Yeah, I mean, I can understand why the British wouldn't want to.
Takes a true monster to do something like this. At least they're gone.
I should have struck when I had the chance. Do you know where Pitcairn could have gone?
Back into the withered bosom of the British, no doubt. So that he may regroup and plan his next atrocity.
I need to find him. Every day I wait, more will suffer.
Chin up, friend. Many who should have died today now live because of you.
And what of them?
We do the best we can with what we've got.
It is not enough.
It never is.
I mean, you gotta make Pitcairn out to be the bad guy for the game, but as much of an American as I am, I don't know how much of belief I'd put into the whole idea that he's committing literal atrocities.
For the support of the glorious cause. I beg they will accept my most cordial thanks for this distinguished testimony of their approbation. But lest some unlucky event should happen, unfavorable to my reputation, I beg it may be remembered by every gentleman in the room that I, this day, declare with utmost sincerity, I do not think myself equal to the command I am honored with.
Truly, there
As
is
to
no
pay,
man better
sir,
suited
I
to the
beg
task.
leave to assure
Really?
the Congress that
I
as
can
no
think of several.
pecuniary consideration could have
Charles
tempted me to have
Lee.
accepted this arduous employment at the
Do I
expense
know
of my
you?
domestic ease
I would not
and
expect
happiness.
you to remember.
I do
Come,
not wish
Connor,
to make
there's
any
someone I
profit
want you to
from it.
meet.
I will keep an exact account of my expenses.
Sorry to pull you away
Those
like
I
that,
doubt
but
not they will
the last
discharge,
thing we need
and
is
that
the
is
two
all
of
I
you
desire.
coming to blows. Now, Connor, allow me to introduce you to our newly appointed Commander-in-Chief, George Washington.
Ah, so you're the one who saved Sam and John at Lexington.
It was the Patriots who did that. I merely lent support.
As humble as he is brave. We could use more men like you. I'm sorry, but if you'll excuse me, I should attend to Charles over there. He looks none too happy about being passed over for command. It was good to meet you, Connor.
Tell me you have news of Pitcairn.
I'm told he's taken shelter in Boston, where he's guarded by 1,000 redcoats. The only way you're gonna get at him is if we draw him out. Lucky for you, we're launching an offensive against the city in order to do just that. Israel Putnam has been given command of our forces. Present this to him and he'll provide whatever aid you require. You'll find him at the encampment on Bunker Hill.
You have my thanks.
No need. It's the least I could do. Pitcairn's a dangerous man. The sooner we're rid of him, the better.
I would say the same of Charles Lee.
Now that's an altogether different beast. Let us leave it for another day. Best you head to Boston, Connor.
Yeah, it's funny that they have to find excuses for us not to kill Charles Lee. Alright, so we got an actual newspaper for Lexington and Concord. Regulars confront militia, shots fired. Americans, forever bear in mind the Battle of Lexington, where British troops, unmolested and unprovoked, wantonly and in most inhumane manner, fired upon and killed a number of our countrymen. The events, as well as can be discerned, transpired thusly. Alerted by messengers that a regiment of regulars was en route through Menotomy to destroy caches of munitions in Concord and vicinity, militia forces convened, drawing members from as far away as Sudbury, Acton, Lincoln, and Bedford. The first such force stood against the regulars on Lexington Green, just 7 miles from Concord proper. Commanded by Captain John Parker, the colony militia, numbering some few dozens of members, stood ground as a brigade under Major Pitcairn marched in column along the Concord Road. Accounts of what ensued remain confused, but militia members claim that they never fired any shot, but were fired upon by the regulars, suffering from 8 deaths and number of wounded. Captain Parker led his men from the field, and the column of murderous regulars continued to Concord. You could tell what the people writing this thought of the whole thing. At the town of Concord, another brigade of militia, under a command of Colonel James Barrett, saw fit to fall back across the North Bridge as the regulars numbered a much larger force. Atop a hill, Barrett watched the regulars search for munitions and was gladdened by the addition of militia forces arriving from diverse townships. In short order, Colonel Barrett discovered that he outnumbered the small force of regulars sent to secure the bridge and commenced to march upon them. Some few of these endeavored to dislodge planks of the bridge to delay the advance of the militia, but were called off by their superiors. Volleys were exchanged and men on both sides fell, resulting in the regulars quitting the field. The larger army force concluded its fruitless search and turned towards Boston, only to meet with a series of flanking maneuvers and attacks in formation by the militia. This force would certainly have been entirely destroyed had it not been for Brigadier General Percy's arrival with reinforcements to escort them back, through hails of musket balls to Charlestown. Thus have shots been fired between ourselves and our cousins from across the sea. The Rubicon has been crossed. Americans, liberty or death, join or die. And that says it all, doesn't it? Oh, there's someone to talk to in here.
Still here, are you?
I was just wondering, what happens now?
There's quite a lot to do. Commander Washington must determine when and where we'll strike next. And we need to get to work on our message.
Message?
We must contact the broadsheets at once. Ensure it's clear to everyone that it was the Loyalists who fired first in Lexington.
But no one knows who fired first.
Which is exactly why we must spread the news quickly. We'll determine public opinion.
This seems dishonest.
Perhaps, but so what? People must believe we acted in self-defense, else we've committed treason.
But you have.
Better to bow and scrape before a tyrant, then? Is that what you suggest?
No, of course not. No one should be denied freedom. And yet, to change the truth, it seems a dangerous road to travel.
Understand, Connor. This is a war fought not just on the battlefield, but within hearts and minds as well. There's nothing wrong with a bit of theater, especially if it saves lives.
I mean, will it save lives? I don't think there's anyone back here to talk to. But yeah, I can understand where he's coming from, but yeah, it is a little bit, you know, not ideal. Alright, let's see what we got here. Templar scouts in New Hampshire. Templar couriers have been spotted in and around Portsmouth. Catch them and find out what they are up to. Do it. Stefan can handle that. Then in Rhode Island, special delivery. A secret shipment of black powder is arriving in Newport for the assassins. Greet the ship at the pier and escort the goods back to our magazine. They can get that done. There's one more thing I think we can read up on then, but I just want to head out before we read up on that, because I believe it was the First Continental Congress. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and the Siege of Boston, but we'll read about the Continental Congress first, because that's where we just were. You might think of the Continental Congress as a gathering of boring politicians, which it was, but they were also responsible for organizing the revolution and making decisions about the United States government, which also makes them rather dull. Sorry, important. Okay, Sean, I see how it is. I should actually say the Continental Congresses, because there was more than one. The First Continental Congress was convened in 1774 in Philadelphia to oppose the closing of Boston Harbor. So technically this isn't the first one, I guess. Following the Boston Tea Party, part of the Coercive Acts. All of the politicians had such a lovely time at their first meeting that they agreed to have another party just exactly like it. And why not? Everyone loves a party, right after the battles at Lexington and Concord. Being men of great imagination, they called this the Second Continental Congress. So yeah, this is the second one then. Which is what I was thinking initially, but then I thought about it and I was like, this is the first one. But no, this is the second one. This was the Congress responsible for writing the Declaration of Independence and forming the Continental Army, with George Washington as its commander. So despite their lack of flair for titles, they clearly had some thinkers among them. The Third Continental Congress was convened in 1781. It's sometimes known as the Congress of Confederation, and despite how mind-achingly tedious that sounds, they were responsible for forming a government for the brand new United States. Since getting everyone to agree on how that government should work took some time, the Confederation Congress met over the course of 8 years, ending in 1789 when the Constitution passed and they were replaced by the United States government. Now, I've been in some long meetings, but 8 years takes the biscuit. I pity whoever was recording the minutes. Yeah, this does not sound super fun. And then we got the Siege of Boston, which lasted from April 19th, 1775 to March 17th, 1776. The Siege of Boston began right after the battles of Lexington and Concord. The colonial militia had gathered to stop the British raids The colonial militia who had gathered to stop the British raids followed the British army to Boston and camped outside, bottling British troops and their loyalist allies in the city. At the time, Boston was a peninsula attached to the mainland by a thin strip of land known as Boston Neck. With this blocked, land access to the city was cut off. The siege lasted for most of a year, with only one major battle, Bunker Hill. But as with most sieges, it took a toll on the city of Boston. There were shortages, particularly of firewood, and many buildings were torn down to be used as fuel. Of course, the British targeted any rebel-associated buildings for destruction. As a result, things like the Liberty Tree and the pews from the Old South Meeting House ended up inside a fireplace. The siege ended shortly after the rebels attacked and fortified Dorchester Heights to the south of Boston, giving them the ability to fire on the harbor. Boston's governor decided to evacuate rather than fight. On March 17th, Loyalist ships sailed out of the city. March 17th is now known as Evacuation Day, and is a holiday in some parts of Massachusetts. The fact that it is also St. Patrick's Day is mere coincidence, though it is said that in ancient Gaelic, evacuation means drinking as many pints as possible and being sick in a bin, so you never know. Just kind of fun. I don't know if we ever actually found the Liberty Tree. You can actually find it in the game. Let me see if I can find it in here. I feel like we had to have walked by it at some point, right? No, yeah, we didn't. I wonder if it'll still be there. I don't think they actually chop it down in the game. But either way, we'll check that out next time. I'm sure there's some other stuff to do. But Need to get back over here. So I think we'll do that next time, though. It's getting pretty close to when I need to go to bed, and I don't want to get started on something else here. That being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed. I know this was another shorter one, if you can call 2 hours short. For me, it's a little bit of a shorter episode, just because I would prefer to be playing it longer. But that's besides the point. I gotta go to bed, because I gotta work tomorrow. I'll probably stream again. Well, I guess technically tonight, but I'm gonna call it tomorrow night, because that makes me feel better about going to bed at this time. Until then, I hope you guys have